Welcome to the Bio Nexus Health Podcast with Dr. Jodie A. Dashaw, who holds a PhD in integrative medicine, is board certified in integrative pediatrics, an internationally recognized pioneering clinician, and author. And now here's your host of Bio Nexus Health Podcast, Dr. Jodie A. Dashaw.
Hey everyone, welcome back to BioNexus Health Podcast series. Today it's going to be a little bit different, today's episode. I recently very recently took a trip down to Texas, and I wanted to share that with you. Most of you know now that we have active administrative offices in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and in Texas. The goal is to move to Texas in the next couple of years. But we need to build, there is going to be a big ranch, lots of woods. There's going to be a completely non-toxic, super green, earth-friendly construction. And there's going to be a food forest. We will have little tiny houses, fully equipped, fully mold-free, any kind of environmental pollution-free, that will be built with earth, literally with earth and earth-friendly materials within. And it'll be a beautiful environment for healing, detoxification, personal visits, for mentoring with myself. So many practitioners around the world have requested to come down and mentor with me. So I think that will be the most healing environment. So BioNexus herbals will be right there, freshly made. We'll have the herb farm. The herb farm in Pennsylvania is not going anywhere. That's beautiful. That's going to stay. The apothecary will be there. But this is just for the arrangement at the ranch in Texas. So the food forest will have, biodynamically, as well as regenerative agriculture is used to grow fruits and vegetables, as well as, detoxification products like teas and whatnot, which will be all available to those visiting and staying for maximum. I think I'm going to allow a few days to a week for proper detoxification and healing. It's going to be amazing. So we're hoping to have, own chickens, goats, camels. Right now, you'll see in the video, you'll see horses, you'll see dogs. This is all, a huge thanks to my friend Ricky. And we've learned a lot. You'll see everything that Ricky has been able to accomplish with the building, as well as the ranch itself. It's beautiful. It's right in the woods. It's very high energy, superb healing environment. In the back, there is a beautiful river flowing through as well, a couple creeks. It's a lovely, serene space for healing. You will see that the beginnings of the earth-friendly construction. You will see it's called as rammed earth. So you will also see solar. Solar is actually right now up and running. It's off-grid, fully operational. Lots of power is available for all of the building and construction that is in progress currently. And you'll hear Ricky explain the natural swimming pool that's being built there.
So an organic swimming pool, the idea is you create a growing area and a swimming area. So the middle is the swimming area. The outside, what we'll do is actually allow plants to grow, like the normal plants that you see by the riverbank, and then we actually run pipes underneath where their roots are. And so and you end up pulling water from the planted area, and it naturally filters the water of any, just the green like moss and stuff that you get, but it'll naturally filter the water all the time. And you use something called an air stone with a very, very small air compressor, and it'll pull like 35 watts. I mean, nothing. Yeah. It's not like a pool pump that is pulling tons and tons of. And so what we'll do is we'll have a small solar panel kind of on that stump right there with a small battery backup, and that will run the air compressor, and the air compressor will essentially be able to filter this entire pond on about 35 watts.
And then you'll see this huge, beautiful, oh, so amazing red mud, red earth, a crater. It is literally a crater, which is where the root cellar or the basement is going to be. It has a beautiful walkout entrance. Everything will be mold proof, mildew proof, environmental beautiful solutions for controlling any kind of moisture and weatherproofing. So anyways, you can see how excited I am. You'll actually, right from the entrance, it's so beautiful. There is this a green canopy of trees on both sides. So that's the vision, that's what I'm hoping to achieve as well. So go ahead, enjoy, have a look. I hope you will be inspired and learn something wonderful from this brief video. And I will see you back here at the next episode of the BioNexus Health Podcast. Until then, be well, stay safe, take care. Namaste.
Thank you for joining Master Herbalist Dr. Jodie A. Dashaw, Director of the Bio Nexus Health Clinic and Bio Nexus Herbals, on the Bio Nexus Health Podcast, where we explore and share information and stories about recovering and healing from chronic and environmental illnesses such as mold biotoxin illness, Lyme disease, autism spectrum disorder, fatigue, Crohn's and colitis, mast cell activation syndrome, PANS, and more. Please help us grow our message by subscribing to our podcast channel and sharing the podcast on your social networks. For more information, visit BioNexusHealth.com.
Information within this video, audio, or text, collectively known as the podcast, has not been reviewed by the FDA. Nothing within the podcast is intended as or should be construed as medical advice. Information is for general informational and educational purposes only. Consumers of the podcast should consult with their healthcare practitioners for medical recommendations. Seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider. Do not disregard the advice of a healthcare provider based on any information from the podcast. The information within the podcast may contain information concerning dietary supplements or over-the-counter products that are not drugs. Our dietary supplement products are not intended for use as a means to cure, treat, prevent, diagnose, or mitigate any disease or other medical or abnormal condition.